Hi y'all, and welcome to the Crazy Sock Lady YouTube channel. My name is Kayla and this is my channel where I share all about my making adventures. Today I have quite a bit of knitting to share with you. I have my April stats for how much yarn I used and how much yarn came into my stash. And what else? I have a finished object. I have 3 works in progress, and the most asked question lately has been summer sock camp, so we are going to chat a bit about current status of summer sock camp. But first, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as The Crazy Sock Lady, and I will have links right down below this video in the description box for everywhere that you can find me. Links to Instagram, Ravelry, project pages for everything that I'm going to talk about, shops that I talk about, all of that will be linked down there for you. This is episode 276. Today is May 1st. It is 10:38 a.m. Let's get started. I've got some coffee. I hope you've got something to sip on, something to work on. You're ready to catch up for a bit. So let's start with April stats. Not anything like too crazy. I did have more out than in. Get to my page here in my notebook. So for April, I finished 5 pairs of fingering weight socks and 2 fingering weight shawls. Well, one was technically a sport weight, the octave shawl. Then the Stansbury shawl, which was a fingering weight. I showed that last week unblocked. It is still unblocked, and I had planned to block it this week, but we have company, family coming into town again this weekend, so I will not get that blocked again this weekend, but that's okay. Next weekend, maybe I should be able to get it blocked. It's a busy month here. We have kind of a little side note. Austin, my oldest son, is graduating high school this month. So we've got just all of the things going on, like senior Sunday at church, prom. He's got MEPS that he's going to in Columbus for the Air National Guard. He's got graduation. So we have a full month, lots of family coming in to visit. And we had a great weekend last weekend with our family that came to visit. I think I had mentioned that we had some company coming into town. So yes, busy month. This room will be used a lot for company and I'm so excited about it. Always love having company. So yeah, once that is blocked, I did make a note in my show note notebook down here that once it's blocked to show it again. So I will show it again when it's all blocked out. But that was one of the shawls that I finished. And then 2 shawls and 5 fingering weight socks. Total grams out with all of those projects was 638.20 grams. Total grams in was only 320 grams. So I only had my monthly clubs, I guess you could say, that I get. I had row 1, Wool and Women Fibers, a woolen yarn box, and my Yarnable. So 320 grams in, 638.2 grams out. Very happy that I had more out than in, as that is always the goal that I try for. I don't always succeed. All right, that is all for April stats. Finished objects, I have 1 to show you. And I did not even, like some of you probably saw on Instagram, but yes, I did chop all of my hair off. I mean, it was like down to here, so I took a good bit off. My curls are a little wild today, playing around with styling it. This is only the second time I've curled it since I cut it, but I kind of like it curled. It looks good straight too, but I threw some curls in it today to play around a little bit. But yes, chopped it all off. Feels great. Needed a little bit of a change, and it feels so just light and fresh and ready for spring and summer. So yes. Some of you are probably wondering. Yes, chopped it all off. It feels great. Love it. All right, first finished object is my Follow Your Path socks. This was the April pattern of the month. I have not picked a May pattern of the month yet. I will probably do that today and get a discount code set up. So, I probably should have done it before. Actually, you know what? This one just popped in my head. Let's do the shallow sock pattern. 25% off Etsy and Ravelry. And I will go ahead and get that discount set up for the May pattern of the month. So you can go ahead and get started on yours if you want. I will probably use Yarnable again for mine. I don't have it yet for May, so I don't know what it's gonna look like. But as of now, that's probably what I will do. Or maybe, no, probably Yarnable. We'll see. But yeah, the Shallow pattern of the month for May. It's on Etsy and Ravelry. No code needed. Discount will be applied in your cart when you check out. So this one was April's Follow Your Path. It's a great one if you have not done it yet. This is the April yarn of the month for Yarnable. A little confused with pattern of the month, yarn of the month there. This is the April Yarnable. There's their tag. And I always have them linked down below with the coupon code. They are not always open to new subscribers for Yarnable, but you can head over, put your email in, and then if they have some spots open up, they will send you an email and let you know, hey, you can sign up, and then you can use that discount code at that time. This one, I followed the pattern exactly. If you're worried about, I've had some people ask like about the stitch here. It is not like a need a cable needle kind of a thing. I have a tutorial showing you how to do it. It's super easy. I think it's super fun. And this one's great. You can kind of read your knitting with it and see where you are. I get to the point where if I haven't done it in a while, I need the pattern at first. And then once I can kind of start to read my knitting and get familiar with it again, I don't need the written pattern. I can just go along. So it's a good one. Happy with how those turned out. That was pair 26 for the year. I started them on April 10th and finished them on April 28th. All right, 3 works in progress. I have not started, it's still sitting here looking at me. I've not started the Silent Night. I think I showed this last week. West Yorkshire Spinners Silent Night Sparkle colorway that I pulled out of the cabinet back there. Haven't started it yet, but this will be the next one cast on. I may go ahead, actually I'll probably do it tomorrow. I was gonna say I may go ahead and get it. I'm gonna cake it up and split the cake so that I can work them both up at the same time. And I'll either do that today or tomorrow. Get that ready for, we have some company coming into town this weekend, some things going on. So it'd be nice to have some vanilla socks. I mean, I have one pair going, but it would be nice to have another pair as a backup. Okay, I'll show my reading shawl first. This is a pattern by Kay Jones in a bag from Bags by Awesome Granny. And I almost finished my row 1 minis for the month of April. I have like 2 and a little bit left, I think, of 1 to go. I didn't do a lot of knitting over the weekend, like at all. I am honestly shocked that my sister wasn't like, what is wrong with you? Because I normally just knit a ton when we're sitting around talking, and I just really didn't. We weren't home all day Saturday. We went down to Waynesville, Ohio. They had a Wizard of Oz kind of like event, town takeover sort of a thing. And yeah, we were there all day, and I didn't even take my knitting. So I don't have a lot of knitting to show, I feel like. But that's why this is not done, because I didn't work on this all over the weekend. The minis anyways. The shawl would not be done, but that's why the April minis are not done. Anyways, here it is. Look how huge this thing is. It is so big. It takes me so long to do a row. I'm still enjoying every stitch, but it is massive. I need to count my stitches. Maybe I will do that today, this afternoon, if I have some time to sit and work on this before I have to go do school pickup. Maybe I'll count my stitches and kind of see where I'm at to where I need to be with the size that is in the pattern. So I am doing this a bit differently than the pattern. I've talked about it quite a few times, so sound like a broken record maybe, but I am doing, it's fingering weight held double in the pattern, but I am holding bare undyed yarn. This yarn that I'm currently using is from Wool to Die For. I will link them down below, but at first I started out using some leftover bits that I had from maybe like sock sets, other projects, like I don't know where they all came from. This batch that I'm into now is from Wool to Die For though. So I'm doing that for one of the strands, and then I am using my row 1 minis for the other. These are the ones I have left. So these two I've not started yet. And then there's that one. So almost done with the April ones. I was so close. And then I do have another package in here to use also. But I need to count. I think if I did like all the math with the grams, I will use this whole other package plus like 4 more, I think. But it is so big already. That's why I just want to count and make sure like that I added everything up correctly. It's massive. It's so big. It's going to be so cozy. I do want to try to get this done before it gets super hot here. I mean, we have air conditioning, so I can work on it inside, but I would really like to not have this massive thing going. I think I will work on shawls over the summer. Again, obsessed with shawls right now. I'm actually pulling up right now because one of my members recommended a pattern for my next shawl, and I think this is going to be what I start, but it's going to be another big one. So I don't know. I'm like, do I start it and work on it in the summer? But I'm afraid it's going to get pushed to the back burner because I have, like, it's going to be hot. Because I was going to say my shawls for the summer might be smaller ones. That might be when I just do some smaller, quick, like 1 skein, 2 skein, fingering weight for sure type of things. But I don't know because I really want to do this one too. So we'll see. Okay, it is... Wait, is that it? I don't think that's it. Okay, I was second guessing because I looked at quite a few of the patterns on here when she told me about this one, and I thought maybe I saved a different one. But no, I saved the one that Lisa, thank you Lisa again for the recommendation, but Lisa recommended Honey, I Shrunk the Stash by Leslie Ann Robinson. I will put a picture up here. So I did purchase the pattern. It's in my library. I've not printed it off yet to kind of look at it. It is brioche, and I've done brioche before and I love it. This one is 1 color brioche. Yes, 1 color brioche. She does have one that's 2 color, which I think would be fun also. But yeah, this one would use up a lot. I could use Rowan minis. I could use whatever I wanted. Heaven knows I have enough scraps. Should I show you my basket right here? I don't even know if I can pick this thing up. Oh my gosh. This thing is full of scraps. And this is not all the scraps. Like, these are not Row 1 minis. These are not like anything like that. Like, I've kind of went through and organized, like, those are like Christmas ones. I don't know. It's just full of leftovers from projects. Okay. That was actually really heavy. Okay. But yeah, I have enough scraps that I could do that, or I could also use my Row 1 minis again. So I don't know what I want to do. Cause like I said, I kind of, part of me is like, finish this massive one you have going, save the next massive one for fall when the weather starts to cool down. But I really want to do this. So we'll see. To be determined what will be the next shawl cast on, but kind of really feeling like I want to do that one. I don't know. But first I need to see where I'm at on this and get this one done. I'm thinking ahead though, because I'm still really enjoying shawl knitting. All right, I have 2 sock projects going also right now. Let's get this back in here. It is outgrowing this bag. I can still squeeze it down in there, but I've almost snagged the stitches quite a few times and the yarn and all the things, so it's definitely outgrowing it. All right, my vanilla socks right now are in a bag from Mountain State Stitches. This is some Netlifx Felici, which, can you see over here, the bare area? I've used quite a bit of Netlifx Felici lately, and I have room for more. I've not ordered any though. I've been good because it is kind of nice to be like, wow, I actually have like a bare spot in my yarn cabinet. That's amazing. There's no bare spots in these over here. I've resisted ordering so far. All right, this is Netlifx Felici in the Lisa colorway. And somebody did ask, I am horribly behind on watching my regular like podcasts, YouTubes that I watch. I usually watch Knit All the Yarn, which is Lisa of 72 Stitches. And someone asked if I was doing her knit along that she's doing for this colorway. So head over, watch Knit All the Yarn. She has, her Instagram is 72 Stitches. If you have this yarn and you're going to knit it, you can participate in her knit along. I need to get caught up. I'm so terribly behind on all of the podcasts. But I've started this. I think her knit along may start today. I think I saw that on Instagram. But got mine going. This one is ready for the heel. So I'm going to get this one to that point and then do the heel. I am just going to do some Knit Picks Stroll Fingering in white for the heels. Yeah, I think these are going to be for one of my nieces. We will see. Oh, which reminds me, I need to look. Okay, had to make myself a note. I need to look through my socks. I have some socks. I've talked about it before. If I don't know who they're for, sometimes I'll just pick a shoe size. Like the size I need to look for is 7 to 7.5. And I think I have some already made up. My sister asked if I could make a pair of socks for her best friend as a birthday gift. And I said, of course. And when she told me the shoe size and the colors, I was like, I might actually have a few pairs that work for that. So I need to go, they're back in the bottom of this cabinet. I just put them in Ziploc bags and write the shoe size. And I don't have a ton back there, but it's nice if something like this pops up, or if I have someone that I want to gift them to, or if I'm going to donate them, I have them done, I have them bagged in the size, so I can kind of look through those bags and see what I have, and do I have one that works for this gift that I can pull from there, or do I need to look in the yarn cabinet for some yarn, which is darn when that happens, that you get to cast on a new pair of socks. But yeah, I needed to make a note because I told my sister I would check that today. Anyways, I think those Lisa socks are going to be for one of my nieces. I just did my vanilla socks on 9-inch circulars for those. 64 stitches, 20 or 25 rounds. I didn't give you any details, did I? I'm just very chatty today. I just did 20 rounds of knit 2 purl 2 ribbing for the cuff, and I think 60 rounds for the leg. 60 rounds for the leg. All right, the other pair of socks that I have going is in a bag from Robin's Nest Knits. And this is the He Is Risen sock set that they did in collaboration. So it was the yarn in the bag. You could buy them from their shops. So pretty. For this, I'm working up the vanilla bean pattern that I am still working on, hoping to have out this summer. This one, the leg is done. This one, I did finish the heel, and I am into the gusset decreases. So next time I pick these up, I will probably go ahead and do the heel on this one. It's working up so nice. I love the texture for that vanilla bean pattern. I think I did 25 rounds of knit 2 purl 2 ribbing for the cuff for this one, 60 rounds, 60-ish rounds for the leg, I think. And 9-inch circulars as well for those. Is that all that I have? I think that's it. Kind of a quicker but very chatty one, I feel like, today. So now let's talk summer sock camp. This has been the question lately that I have gotten so much, all over. If you are new here and you're like, what is summer sock camp? So summer sock camp is a knit along that I started back in 2020, I think was the first year. It's just knit socks. That's it. We've done it every year, but there is a but coming. There will not be a summer sock camp this year. I am terribly sorry to anyone that is going to be so disappointed about that decision. We do, as a family, we have a lot going on this summer, and it has just felt like leading up to when I would start thinking about summer sock camp, we had so much going on. I did not even have a chance to think about it, for one. And then when I started to think about it, it just became this overwhelming feeling of, I know I should not take this on right now. This year, it is not a good idea for me. We just have a very busy summer as a family, and I feel like that's something that I need to just take off of my plate, essentially, and really just focus on my family and focus on Austin's going to be going to basic training at some point, probably this summer. We don't have dates yet. And Wyatt's going to be getting his driver's license. We have a lot of things planned and going on, and I just feel like I would not be able to keep up and give summer sock camp the attention that I've given it in the past. So with that, there will be no summer sock camp for 2025. I will definitely, if I see other sock knit alongs that are taking place over the summer, I will update y'all and let you know. I've already shared some on Instagram and my stories. But yes, I'm going to open up a thread in the Crazy Sock Lady Ravelry group for summer sock knitting. I know when I had mentioned this to my members earlier this week, some of them were like, I would still love a thread to be able to chat with everyone and connect with everyone, because I know a lot of friendships and things have been made through summer sock camp, and I love that so much. So I will open just a summer sock knitting thread in the Crazy Sock Lady Ravelry group. I'll probably go ahead and do that today. If you still want that little bit of community to chat about your summer sock knitting and what you'll be working on and what you finish and all of that. It's not something that I will be keeping up with. I may pop in here and there and post something in there, but it will not be something I will be keeping up with, monitoring, checking every day. So just want to make sure that that's clear, but I will have that open if anyone wants to chat about what they are up to and what they are working on with their sock knitting. And I know I'll still be knitting all the socks even without summer sock camp, and I'm sure that the majority of you will as well. All right. I don't think I have anything else to share today. I hope that y'all are doing well. I hope you had a great week. I hope you have a great weekend going into this weekend, and I will see y'all again next week. Until then, happy making and God bless you. Bye.